Just gonna wait for the car. Any second now. Yeah, any minute now. Anytime. Thanks. Believe it or not, I've been using the same brand of strings for the past 13 years on my acoustic guitar. I thought it was about time for a change, and in doing some research, I found out about Earthtone Acoustic Strings. I've been using them for a few gigs now, and I thought I'd give you a quick review as to how I've been getting on. So, as I've said, the same brand of strings for 13 years. I've been using Elixir Nanowebs. Why have I been using them for so many years? The reason is because my guitar is a Tommy Emmanuel Maton signature. When I first bought the guitar, I was a huge Tommy Emmanuel fan, absolutely loved everything he does. A part of me still is. I've kind of drifted a little bit into other acoustic music more recently, but he's an absolute master. If you don't know who Tommy Emmanuel is, like, stop watching this video, go watch some other fantastic stuff that he's got on YouTube. The guy is just an absolute genius. Anyway, because it's his signature model, he was very famous at the time for endorsing Elixir Nanoweb strings. There were lots of interviews at the time saying that's all he would use. They lasted so long, they kept their tone, they didn't rust, all these fantastic features. So, of course, naturally, having the signature guitar, why wouldn't I listen to the guy that, you know, who helped design the guitar and is gigging every night of the week for the entire year? So I trusted him on this one. So anyway, more recently I've been doing some research, you know, my never-ending quest to try and find the best tone for my acoustic guitar for my gigs and for my recording and for my writing. And I came across a video with Tommy Emmanuel where he was doing a rig rundown, one of those amazing videos we all love to watch. In doing so, he was talking about the sort of strings. I guess he gets asked a lot, like what sort of strings he uses these days. And he said he used Maton strings. So naturally I was a bit confused. He then went on to say that he finds that his guitars, after a certain amount of time, get used to a certain brand of string. They get used to the certain tension, the certain way a string reacts. And as such, when he's on tour, he will mix and match with different strings. So that got me thinking, I've been using these strings for 13 years. Why exactly? So, what else is there on the market that I thought would do a good job? Obviously, I was looking for something that's cost effective as well. Elixir strings are retail at about £15 per pack, so they're not the cheapest strings in the world. But I've never had a problem with them, and they have been good. But taking Tommy's advice, I thought I'd try some new strings. So, quick journey down to my local guitar shop. Yes, I still have one, and he recommended Earthtones. So Earthtones are made by a company called Kerly Music. Now, Kerly Music are a USA-based company, and on their pack they make a claim that our repetitive hot-cold tempering process causes the metal to expand and contract, which reduces the micro cracks that cause tonal loss and premature breakage. Okay, so based on the guitar shop owner's recommendation, and obviously the fantastic blurb that comes with it, I thought I'd give them a go. So, that was about a week ago. I've played 3 gigs with them. I've been playing every single night, done a couple of recording sessions, so I wanted to let you know how I'm getting on with them. So first and foremost, I think it's important that you hear what they actually sound like. Here's a little bit of playing for you. So, some pros of these strings, things I've really enjoyed. I found that at every gig, they are really bright and very responsive. That's across the tonal range, so the top end sounds like it needs to, the bottom end sounds like it needs to, and everything in between. Just what you want from a string. Very, very happy with that. I think they're going to last a long time. There's no sign of wear. I know it's very early days, but you know, a week's worth of pretty intensive playing. No sign that they're going to do anything wrong there. So, something that I wanted to mention regarding what you might consider a negative is that throughout these gigs, I have had a few more tuning issues than I did have with the Elixir strings. It's worth mentioning on the back of this that I choose very light strings on my acoustics, so I use 11 to 52s. I don't know why I'm doing that, you can't see the numbers, but I use 11 to 52s. I always have, Elixirs included, and it's also worth mentioning that I detune a whole step, so that's a tone across the board, so it's standard tuning down a whole tone. I found that gives the small body Maton a bit more resonance in the low end. And also when I'm singing, it gives me some more options if I need to go lower, so that's always useful. But anyway, you're talking about quite slack strings. So it's worth taking all these things into account. Then throw on top of that the fact that during my gig, I only use the one guitar. So if I'm playing in alternate tunings, like Dadgad, for example, I will take the extra minute to detune to get those. So I'm constantly changing, and the strings have to put up with quite a lot. As I say, the Elixir strings I've never had a problem with. But it is worth mentioning that the Earthtones, I've had to sort of take the extra 30 seconds to make sure that everything is staying in tune, which can be a bit frustrating in a live environment, but it's not been the worst thing in the world. And we're talking about micro-tuning, really. It's just for my ears. I'm sure, other players would be fine with it. We really are talking micro-tuning. But yeah, still, I think that's more me. I mean, obviously, what I'm putting these strings through a gig is quite a lot, so they've got to put up with quite a lot of stuff. And then obviously you put the light strings, the detuned, the alternate tunings. It's a lot to work with. So probably in future I'll probably go up a gauge of string if I carry on with Earthtones. So probably go up to a set of 12s. So the main takeaway from this is that I really enjoyed Earthtone strings. I will be buying a new set, but I am going to go up a gauge. I'll go to 12s just to see if that sorts the tuning issue out. See what it does to my guitar. That's the exciting thing. I would recommend to any acoustic guitarist or indeed electric guitarist, if you fancy breathing some new life into your guitar, go out and go off-brand from what you've normally played. Buy any brand out there. I'm not loyal to anything now. And sincerely, just go and try it. I guarantee that you'll have a new sound coming out of that box of wood that you've been playing for a while. For better or worse, you might like it, you might not. But I found it very informative to just give it a go. So I wish you happy hunting with your tone quest. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. And also, thanks very much to my subscribers and everyone that's left a comment on my other review videos. You guys have been great. If you want to see any more videos of reviews, please leave some comments below. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about. But yeah, and if you'd like me even more than that, if you find my voice entertaining and not dull and somewhat Hugh Grant-like, please do like the channel and subscribe, and hopefully you'll get some more content soon. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.